Live from WTVO 17 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
They were able to recover the 2 occupants of that plane. Again, the sadness we have to report that it is a fatal accident.
A plane crash in Rock County leaves 2 people dead. Investigators battle the elements responding to the scene.
There's been a steady stream of delivery trucks in state line neighborhoods dropping off pandemic-inspired purchases. A local online shopper says his boxes haven't been handled with care.
We didn't initially intend for it to be that big, but we just took it and ran with it. My husband loves designing and creating.
A quarantine hobby turns into a neighborhood affair. A state line mom says creating structures out of snow has shown her kids what they're capable of. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. This morning's snow and slick roads are being blamed for a deadly crash in Boone County.
The sheriff's office says the driver from Poplar Grove lost control. It happened just after 8 on Route 76 near Woodstock Road. Deputies believe the 74-year-old woman was going south on 76 when she crossed the center line. A semi-tractor pulling a mobile home ran into the passenger side of her car. She died at the scene. The 2 people in the semi were not hurt. The sheriff's office reminds drivers that roads across the state line are still icy in spots because salt doesn't work well in extreme cold.
2 people are dead after a plane crashes into a Rock County creek. This happened around 9:20 this morning near Happy Hollow Park in Janesville. That's about a mile south of the Wisconsin Regional Airport. Investigators say the pilot told the tower the aircraft was experiencing a problem. Moments later, neighbors saw the plane go down. All nearby police and fire agencies were called to the scene. It took roughly 10 minutes for crews to locate the plane, which was upside down with its wings torn off. Investigators say snow, mud, and trees made the recovery mission especially difficult.
The initial plan was to access the trail using our ATV and 4-wheel drives, but there were trees down, so we started to saw cut the trees to get them out of the way to open it up, but it was determined it was just way too deep. So the best solution was the airboat, which was successful.
Victims' names have not been released. The National Transportation Safety Board is taking over the investigation.
A family dog dies in a house fire in Winnebago County. This happened just before 6:30 at a home on Glen Forest Drive in McChesney Park. Firefighters were called to the scene after a neighbor reported flames coming from the roof. First responders say the residents were waiting outside when they arrived. Crews located the pet, performed CPR, but it was too late. Investigators are looking into what caused that fire. Fire crews in Rockford rushed to a blaze on the city's far west side where 1 person was hurt.
Ari Bruckman was there. Ari, investigators say this likely started due to human error.
Yeah, Eric, 1 man ended up going to the hospital this morning, and firefighters say this could have been prevented. The fire started at the home on Kelly Road near Walden around 11 this morning. Because of the cold and remote location, nearly a dozen fire departments from around Winnebago and Ogle counties were called in to help. 2 deputies rushed into the house and rescued 1 man. He was taken to the hospital with smoke inhalation. No word yet on how he's doing. Both deputies also have smoke inhalation but are expected to be okay. Winburn Sioux Fire Chief Dave Loria tells me he believes the fire started as a result of thawing frozen pipes inside the walls.
Thawing pipes is always a tough thing. It's always kind of a risky thing because, you got to do some pretty intense heating to get a pipe to thaw. And it's a lot of times how things are caught on fire.
The house isn't a total loss, but there is significant damage inside from smoke and water. Fire crews remind people if you want to keep your pipes from freezing, let water drip from the faucet and insulation around your pipes. Eric?
Thanks, Ari. The Green Beret accused of gunning down several people at Rockford's Don Carter Lanes 1 day after Christmas was in court this morning. Duke Webb appeared via Zoom. A judge postponed Webb's arraignment today because he recently hired a new defense attorney. December 26th, police say Webb opened fire at the bowling center. 3 men were killed, 2 teenagers and another man were hurt. Webb faces multiple murder charges. He is due back in court Friday.
Within 60 minutes today, 2 Illinois State Police squad cars were hit. The first happened around 8:15 this morning in Will County. Police say a trooper was investigating a crash on I-80. The trooper was inside a car when a Chevy lost control and spun into the vehicle. ISP says the trooper was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. The second crash happened just after 9 a.m. on I-57 in Jefferson County. A state trooper was pulled over to help a driver who slid into the median when a Toyota Tundra slammed into the squad car. That trooper was also treated at a hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Both drivers were cited for Scott's Law violations. We told you about two previous crashes last night at 10. State police urge drivers to slow down and change lanes whenever possible while passing first responders on the road.
We've shown you several stories depicting a surge in online shopping during the pandemic. Shoppers say it's safe, sanitary, and quicker than making a purchase in stores.
But with that convenience, customers still expect their items to be handled with care. Michelle Rave joins us. One shopper tells you customer service is lacking for one delivery service.
Many of us track our online orders waiting for them to arrive to our house. Only one local man is now dreading them, all because of one driver. One after another, home security cameras catch a FedEx driver dropping and throwing deliveries to Vinny Rodriguez's home.
At first I thought it was just a normal thing. It was just one or two boxes, but it's been happening constantly since the beginning of summer.
Like this time, you can see the man drops a mini fridge at the front door, then makes a prayer gesture with his hands. When Vinny opened the box, the fridge was dented, but FedEx told him they were not responsible. Rodriguez says it's not just him either.
We noticed that it wasn't just our home that was, those packages getting damaged. It was actually other homes. And I would say roughly like maybe 8 to 10 homes that were damaged from this exact same FedEx trucker. Just this last one, it was a long box. It was a bed frame, and he dropped it and he shoved it, and it hit my porch, the step, then hit the siding, and cracked my siding.
I reached out to FedEx showing the company the videos. They told me the safe and secure transport of our customer shipments is a top priority. We are disappointed by the behavior depicted in the video and apologize to the customer for this delivery experience.
I just want someone to own up to it and just get it fixed. That's all. It's not that hard to deliver a package and just put it on my porch.
Rodriguez has actually filed 2 claims with FedEx over this driver and his deliveries, but still hasn't heard back from them.
Thank you, Michelle. High school students are looking ahead to taking college entry exams, and a Rockford nonprofit aims to help them do their best. The YMCA of Rock River Valley is teaming up with AmeriCorps to host several SAT preparation workshops. Instructors will use the Princeton Review Prep Guide. Classes will be held on Tuesdays and Saturdays from March 2nd to April 24th. Students can attend one session or take them all. Registration is required. You can find a link to do that over at mystateline.com.
It seems like flurries have been falling almost nonstop, lately at least, and State Line family is putting all that snow to good use. The Diabs started building snowmen as a way to get their kids outdoors during the pandemic. But as more snow fell, they chose to take it up a notch. The amateur architects built a giant igloo in their backyard. They say it took about a week to complete, but lately it's been too cold to crawl inside and enjoy it. They hope to do that later this week.
We've invited friends to come and have hot cocoa with us inside. I'll probably move some of their toys and furniture inside. Next week should be pretty warm, 30, so that'll be nice enough for us to come out and actually enjoy it.
The Diab family even recruited friends, family, and neighbors to help build the igloo.
Furniture in there. It's bigger than my first Rockford apartment. House Democrats fast-track President Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief package.
After the break, why Republicans are pushing back, insisting the massive plan goes too far.
Plus, Governor J.B. Pritzker is expected to deliver his Illinois budget address tomorrow. Coming up tonight at 6, tax changes Illinoisans can expect to see this year.
And our high temperature today, actually 21 degrees, made it feel like 70 after the cold stretch we've been in. Now, yeah, we're still below average, but at least we had some sunshine. Find out if we can hold on to that sun, though, the rest of the week. Coming up in your most trusted forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Sports Director Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candice King.
The Biden administration is extending the federal moratorium on evictions and foreclosures.
Democrats are moving ahead with a massive COVID relief package despite pushback from Republicans. DC's Raquel Martin is keeping you connected to the nation's capital.
More than 10 million homeowners behind on mortgage payments.
The White House says it's extending the federal ban on evictions and foreclosures through June
To bring urgent relief to the American families struggling to keep a roof over their heads.
We are definitely facing a housing crisis.
Michigan Senator Gary Peters says the announcement is a critical first step.
We still need to provide resources to help folks make those mortgage payments and those rent payments.
Peters says that's why Congress must hurry and pass President Biden's proposed $1.9 trillion COVID relief package.
We know we need to take action. We're going to have the House voting very shortly on that. It'll then come up before the Senate.
The massive plan includes billions for rental and unemployment assistance, plus another round of stimulus payments for families. And it's on the fast track in the Democrat-controlled House.
The numbers just don't stack up.
Missouri Republican Blaine Luetkemeyer says Democrats are ignoring Republican concerns over items like a minimum wage increase.
1.6 million jobs would be lost. Even the amendments that we tried to put on that were good amendments, you can't accept those. It's very frustrating.
White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said Tuesday President Biden hopes the minimum wage hike makes the final cut.
He thinks it's a long past time to raise the minimum wage, but we'll let the process see itself through.
And if it doesn't happen in this package, we will make every effort to make it happen in the future.
In Washington, Raquel Martin.
Now, your first warn weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candice King.
It was sure nice to see the sunshine after the snow. We've had the cold too, and yes, while temperatures were still below average, the sunshine sure did make a difference. A live look with our Mercell SkyTrack camera out in Freeport at the Park Hills Golf Course. Beautiful sunset, and even the best part, to be able to see the sun at 5:16 here this evening. We've got a couple of clouds on the horizon to our north, and we'll continue to see those from time to time, but our skies will clear out, which will allow our temperature, unfortunately, to get back below zero going through the night tonight. Now, our wind chills today, that was also an improvement, above zero through all the afternoon. We are down to 3 below in Galena, but that's because the temperature sits at 8. 12 in Freeport, 17 in Rockford, and 10 right now our temperature in Rochelle. Our weather watchers this evening also checking in the teens, and dew point numbers up finally above zero. 11 days we spent with that temperature below 20 degrees in the heart of that deep freeze. Today we made it up to 21. Tomorrow that temperature should still be close to 20, but we're going to lose that sunshine and add in, unfortunately, a little bit more cloud cover as we go through the afternoon. You can see a couple of clouds, and there are the clouds we saw on our SkyTrack camera there in Freeport. As high pressure continues to build in, it'll help clear our sky and leave us mostly clear, and our winds are also going to turn light as a result, and that's why that temperature is going to drop back below zero. Now, with the clear sky, calm and light wind, might actually end up with some patchy fog going into the morning tomorrow. Temperature with the cloud cover building in back up to 18 degrees for the afternoon. Some light snow moving in, most likely late in the day. This is going to be tied to our next storm system that's almost taking a very similar track to the one that just passed yesterday, although this one might not be quite as strong as the one that came through yesterday. But unfortunately, it's bringing another round of wintry weather across the far southern plains that'll ride through the Gulf and then eventually out towards the east. You can actually see that counterclockwise spin. So here we go with Futurecast. Actually, I think I forgot to put some pause points in here, but this is how the story is going to go the next 48 hours. Clear skies tonight. We've got some sunshine tomorrow. Cloud cover comes back in tomorrow afternoon. Could see a couple of lighter snow showers tomorrow evening. Some of that will carry over into Thursday. Even though Futurecast keeps a lot of this to the south and to the east, I think we are going to see a little bit of that throughout the day on Thursday. Temperatures will be back into the lower 20s for Thursday afternoon, but another round of high pressure moves in and will clear us out again as we head towards Friday. Then we're watching into the weekend. We've got another low pressure system that'll develop over the central plains. This one going to the north or a little bit down to the south. More of a northern track would bring us kind of a snow rain mix heading into Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon. A little bit more of a southern track to that would actually keep us as mostly snow. Now, I will say we've got over a foot of snow on the ground as far as our snow depth here in northern Illinois and southern Wisconsin. So I'm more inclined to think that our temperatures are going to have a really hard time getting much above freezing for Sunday afternoon. So this is why I think we might end up with a higher potential for more snow than more of that mix. But guys, our numbers should be able to climb next week into the 30s.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Leber.
Another Nick 10 basketball team has been put on pause due to COVID. This time it's the Freeport Pretzels. Athletic Director Jeff Fitzpatrick tells me it is due to a COVID-related issue. He doesn't know yet how long it'll be before the Pretzels can take the court again. Their game tonight at Boylan is definitely off. So now the Freeport and Hononegah boys basketball teams are paused. The Belvedere North girls basketball team has been paused since right before the season began. From everything I've observed these last 2 weeks, teams, coaches, and athletic directors throughout the area have done a great job of following protocols to try to keep everyone safe and keep games going. But it's simply impossible to keep COVID 100% out of the lives of every athlete and coach when you're talking upwards of 50 schools in our area that have boys and girls teams. I expect the Nick 10 to continue to press on and adapt. Teams that were scheduled to play Freeport and Hononegah these 2 weeks will look for other teams to schedule in the area in their place. Remember, nobody's being forced to play or coach. Everyone who wants to opt out can opt out. Well, Cubs general manager Jed Hoyer told reporters today reports that he's been talking to the Mets about trading Kris Bryant are inaccurate. Hoyer might be telling the truth, but I don't put a lot of stock in those words. What's he going to do on the eve of spring training? Come out and say, yeah, I'm trying to trade Bryant and I'm trying to trade him to the Mets. A, that would only further mess with Bryant's head and strain his relationship with the organization. And B, that would only hinder future trade talks with the Mets or any other teams. Kris Bryant is getting traded at some point this spring or this season. Bank on it. The Cubs went out from under his contract, and they want something in return before he becomes a free agent. All right, LeBron James has told The Athletic he believes he could have played in the NFL. He says the Cowboys and Seahawks invited him to try out during the NBA lockout 10 years ago. I don't think that's James' ego talking. I have no doubt that if he would have chosen football coming out of high school, he would have had a successful NFL career. Can you imagine a guy with that size, strength, and speed, what he'd do as a tight end or even a wide receiver? Try stopping him from catching a lob pass in the end zone, or try beating him in a foot race on a fly pattern. LeBron was an all-state receiver in high school before giving up that sport. He's done all right for himself with the basketball thing. That's my take. We'll be right back.
First Warning Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and more. Clear skies for us tonight. Temperatures, though, down around 5 below. Increasing cloud cover. A couple of lighter snow showers under an inch Wednesday into Thursday.
All right. Thanks, Candice.
Stay safe.